Hey guys, hey, welcome back to our speed duel profile. Hey, today we look at the ultimate wizardry. This is probably one of my favorite skills to come out. This skill is very cool for what it does, and I really enjoy this skill. So what this skill does is that when you flip it, you give every monster that you can a spell counter, and then once per turn you can give a spell counter to a card. So this skill really goes hard, and I really like that. So this deck, you pretty much play as Breaker control. The whole point of the deck is to summon Breaker, the Magical Warrior, and then hope your opponent does not out your Breaker, the Magical Warrior. So what this deck does, so let's get started. So classic card, Breaker, the Magical Warrior. Hey, this card has been around in Yu-Gi-Oh! Since like 2004. Back all the way back in GOAT format. So on summon, you give him a spell counter. He gains 300 for every spell counter. He can only hold one spell counter, and then you can remove a spell counter to destroy any spell trap on the field. I found out through playing this skill, he is not once per turn, right? Because you only ever really get one spell counter. So what you do is you summon him, right? Your opponent has a back row, you pop the back row, you give him another counter, you pop that back row, then you do this skill again, then he's back to his full stat, or you just get rid of the third if your opponent has 3 backs. Yeah, this skill just annihilates back. So pretty much backrow decks are unplayable because of this Breaker skill, right? So we play 3 Breaker. He is pretty much your main beat stick and your only beat stick in the deck. The whole point of the deck is to protect the Breaker. Next we play triple Spirit Keeper. Once again, going back to protecting Breaker. Just a dark hand trap your opponent attacks, switch to defense, right? We play triple Apprentice Illusion Magician. This card on summon gives a spell counter to a card. That's cool. You don't really care about that. You care about the second effects that when it's destroyed, you can summon any level 2 spellcaster monster and use as in face top position. In face up. So you have 2 targets. The first one is O Vindictive Magician. This is just a spot remover, right? Uses to get rid of any problematic card. And then we play 1 Magician of Fate. This grabs back all of your spell cards, all your spell resources in the deck, right? Because we play a good amount of spells, right? So we are playing triple Shrink. And once again, this goes back to more protective, reactive cards against your opponent, right? Your opponent tries to declare into the Breaker, you just shrink them, right? So that way, the only way they can beat over Breakers is if they have a monster with 3,300 attack or 3,900 attack, which very few cards do, so that's how you deal with that. We play, dropping cards. Double Allure, because pretty much every monsters in our deck is dark except the Magician of Fate, right? So double Allure because of that. You're just trying to dig to get to your Breakers faster. Then we play 1 Offerings to the Doom. Easy as spot remover. You can grab this back off the mofo, right, as well if you need it to be. And then here's the cool tech card. We play triple Blast with Chain. So when your opponent declares an attack, you equip this to the Breaker. Like, I'm gonna break my Breaker 2,100, 2,400. And here's the cool thing: if your opponent summons a monster that you cannot outright, and they don't have back rows, like, oh man, my opponent just has this big one, you can use Breaker. So you equip this to the Breaker. Then you use Breaker's effect to pop your own Blast with Chain. This triggers Blast with Chain to pop your opponent's card. I found out that Breaker can pop any back row at any side of the field, including so that's one of the cool things with this card. So yeah. Because that's the reason why we play. But so Blast with Chain has double utility in this deck, and then like always, the extra is irrelevant. There's a bunch of Awakening the Dragon targets, and we don't play Awakening the Dragon. Super Viacon, Jumbo, Ojama King, Dangerous View Ascension. It doesn't matter. Play where you want. I don't really care. You know, here's a bunch of extra cards. If I'm laying around, right? It's a bunch of whatever cards. So, but yeah, that's the deck. Really cool deck. I really enjoy this deck. I think Ultimate Wizardry is probably one of my favorite skills for the Battle Seed Box. This skill is just very cool for what it does. Alright, and like always, thanks for watching. If there's any other deck you want to see, comment down below. I'll try to get to it eventually. I got a bunch of these like lying down. Alright, okay, thanks, bye.